Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Star Wars was a real game changer in 1977. Empire Strikes Back delivered one of the best sequels in the history of cinema.
The Empire Strikes Back.
When I was a kid, the idea of a sequel wasn't a foregone conclusion. My mind was blown that the story was even continuing.
You don't have to do this to impress me.
I think it's a movie where you can go as far as you want in terms of your imagination. And yet, it always stays grounded, it always stays human.
Nothing to worry about. We go way back, Lando.
It's one of the best follow-up movies in the history of film.
The probability of successfully navigating through an asteroid field is approximately 2,756 to 1.
I'm that one.
All right, R2, be looking down at your little arm.
R2-D2, you know better than to trust a strange computer.
I was the youngest of three, and I had a very bossy older sister and brother.
Pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, switch off.
So I felt like I identified with R2. He was always getting bossed around through the whole thing. So when he fixed the hyperdrive, I felt very vindicated. I sort of felt like that was my place in my family, the smart one that nobody was ever paying attention to.
You did it! 40B, take one, camera's aim B.
One of my favorite things about the film is Mark Hamill's performance, which I think is just so pitch perfect. He's confronting the darker parts of his personality. We see that fear and anger and frustration and impatience. It's really kind of astounding.
Okay.
And it's doubly impressive if you think that most of the time he's acting with a puppet.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
My favourite moment is on Dagobah, when Luke is trying to bring his X-Wing out of the swamp.
Slowly, going down. You sense something's wrong. Open your eyes.
You see Luke get a little angry at Yoda in the scene too, you know. Why are you asking this of me? I can't do it.
Do. Or do not.
If you're trying, you're holding back. There's self-doubt in there and fear. If you're doing something and you give it everything you have, chances are you'll succeed.
And Yoda, with his 3 little fingers, brings the thing out of the swamp. But not only just brings it up to the surface, out of the water. And Luke, what does Luke say?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
That, for me, is the best moment in the film. That's a message I can take with me throughout my life.
There's so much more Darth Vader. He's such an incredible villain. And then, of course, the twist at the end with I am your father, that's like a whole other level of drama.
The I am your father moment, obviously, is fantastic. But I would say the battle in the snow, that's amazing. And it happened so early in the film. It's just spectacular.
Visual effects-wise, it started this tradition that you saw at ILM of improving and improving and improving. They took everything they did in the first film and they had learned from it, and then they did it better in Empire Strikes Back. So you see these advancements happening. It felt real, it felt so believable, and yet it's so imaginative and creative.
The Empire Strikes Back is a very challenging film for audiences. None of the characters that you're following actually succeed in any possible way, you know? It's very dark and intense.
But alongside this darkness is incredible fun, incredible adventure, some of the funniest lines.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Which can feel rather light.
Yes, Your Highness.
15E, take 13.
Han, we need you. What?
Out!
And what precisely am I supposed to know?
That was good. That was good.
We need the levity to bring greater depth to the peril. So it's a wonderful concert of light and dark, as Star Wars should be.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
Children don't really get to work through what it's like to have good and bad existing in the same body. This moment occurring in Star Wars truly emblazoned itself on my psyche. What are you willing to sacrifice of yourself?
Come with me. It is the only way.
The lighting, I think, is great on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to look real good.
The story elements are deep, universal, awe-inspiring, and once again, daring. Through Star Wars, George Lucas has inspired a generation of filmmakers today.